When your project doesn't go as planned, sometimes you just have to go with the flow and make it work anyway. These oyster shell ornaments are beautiful now, but they sure didn't start out that way. So what would happen if I used casting powder in oyster shells to make a Christmas ornament? What would that look like? So I think I'm going to try today. I'm going to use deeper shells like this. And believe it or not, these are clean. These have just been tumbled in the ocean. They're really stained just from nature. That's nature for you. So I'm going to be using again the Let's Resin Magic Pour. This is a 3 to 1 by weight, 3 parts powder, 1 part water. Read the directions on the front. And then I'm going to be using these water-based pigments that I have that came with another kit that I'm not really sure what kit this came from. And it's measured by weight, okay? Zero that out. I'm going to measure 3 ounces of powder. And then get my water. Okay. And then 1 ounce of water. I'm going to mix my water in the powder, not vice versa. And then use the little paddle stick that they give. And this is a great alternative to resin. It's a lot, it's called eco resin or eco pour, and it really is very environmentally friendly. You don't have to worry about toxic fumes. I'm gonna thin this down just a tad bit more. You don't have to wear gloves. That's great stuff. All right, perfect. It just needed a little bit more. All right, to marble it, to color it, I'm going to use a couple of drops of blue and then a couple of drops of yellow. That was 6. And yellow and blue make green, right? Okay, I'm going to stop the video right here. Do you see that green stuff right there? You want to guess
I'm
why it's
hoping
green?
that
That's right. I put the blue cap on the yellow bottle, so it's coming out green. And that is some funky psychedelic stuff going on there. It's a pretty color green, but I don't know. It's just a mess. And this may end up being absolutely hideous. Well, that is really psychedelic. That's gonna run out. I got it. And I wonder if I could use a silicone inlay there. What will happen if I do this? This is the seahorse that lost his tail. Just gonna drop that one in there. Might be a little bit big. And then last but not least, this one. This may be a disaster, but it may end up being pretty cool. I don't know. We're gonna just try it out. I'm not liking the color. We're gonna deal with it. But it's a little bit psychedelic here. All right, I'm not entirely sure if this has worked. But I'm gonna try it. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at that. There is an imprint. I'm not crazy about the psychedelic colors, but The inlay works, y'all. My tailless seahorse. And these are nice and cured. So I do have some leftover resin here. I think I'm going to use the clear because I'm not sure I want to use the colored resin in here. All right, so I'm just going to pour what I hope is a light layer, but you know what? I've lost all of that detail in the inlay. You can't even see it now. See, I'm going to lose it. Should have just left it alone because now I've completely lost all the detail. Completely lost it. Dang it. What if we're just going to try to salvage it? Are these two? I'm going to try putting some mica powder in like I've done before. I should have known better, you know? I should have known better. I'm just going to drizzle it this time. And that's not bad. I mean, you can still see definitely you can see the indent and the inlay. It's not exactly what I wanted, but sometimes you just have to go with it. You just go with it and try to recover. I mean, what else is there to do? I'm not going to sit here and cry about it, you know? You just adjust. You just adjust. See what I did? Just got to go with the flow. All right, well, let's just see how those cure up and I will come back. These, I think this was a good save. This one you can't see the seahorse or the mermaid, but I think this was a good save with the colored resin. You can see the indentation of the seahorse in here, so I'm happy with that. The inlays definitely work in this magic pour, and this turned out really well too. So I know I know what I need to do differently for sure. All right, I think this was a good save. So definitely want to try this magic pour in oyster shells again, but definitely we'll do it a little bit differently. So let me know what you think, and I don't know, was this a good experiment? I think so. All right, make it a crafty day, friends. Bye.